guys, welcome back to our Non-Toxic Podcast. I'm Hannah, and I'm here with our very first guest, which is my brother.
Hello.
This is Evan Thompson Long, age 22, of Nixon, Missouri. He's super psyched to be here, as you can tell. He woke up about 45 minutes ago, and he's running off of Urban Grounds coffee.
I'm ready to go.
Cheers. Let's go ahead and start off with the most important hard-hitting get-to-know-you question. What are you drinking this morning?
I'm drinking a white chocolate mocha.
White chocolate mocha from Urban Grounds. Shout out to Hannah for making that. Urban Grounds was recently introduced to you. Yes.
Correct.
As was your love of coffee.
Correct.
How would you say you were introduced to that world?
My beloved sister.
There it is. All right, so let's start with the basics. How would you describe yourself? The question everyone wants to be asked first thing in the morning.
How would you describe yourself first?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
I would say I am...
That's a Tony Stark quote. You don't know that yet, though.
Nope. I don't know. I would say I'm pretty average compared to you then.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, as long as we're on the same page, I think this is going to go swimmingly. But I do have about 48 questions that you have not been briefed on. So just to start off, we've known each other for 22 years. It's been a pretty fun 22.
It's been a ride.
I would say. So we've been friends for, what would you say, about 3, 4?
No. I would say probably working towards 5.
Working towards 5. Hey, that's not bad. That's like 20% almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 45% of your life. Yeah. Well, I would like to say I was off focusing on my career and my education, and then we reconciled. But I would say the large reason that we were not acquainted early was just lack of common interest.
I agree.
Yeah.
You were weird. I was cool.
Yeah. And the same thing is pretty much still true.
Yes, we're still there. It's better.
That's okay. So tell me about your childhood. I know about your childhood, but tell the people.
My childhood was sports and pretty much only sports. All sports growing up.
That I concur with that. So what was your first sport, and when did you start playing it?
My first sport for a while was soccer. I was big into soccer until I was about 12.
I remember those days.
So they kind of outgrew it and then went straight into junior high with football, basketball, baseball, and track.
Is that all?
That's it.
All you could fit in? Okay. So just to recap, my childhood was also sports. It was just Evan's sports, and it was following him around for most of it because I didn't have any hobbies or interests at that time that were like something you attend. All my hobbies could be done in the comfort of my room, which is still true. But I just have more of a social life, I would say. So, fun fact, the whole reason that I got into video editing and in turn my career is because I used to record Evan playing sports with like the camcorder that flips out on the side and then take all that footage and put it into iMovie on the old family computer and then make highlight reels. Do you recall this?
I do watch them to this day. Yes.
Do you really?
Yep.
On Evan Sports on YouTube?
Not YouTube, the disc ones.
You have those? Oh, we gotta break those out. That was like my, what is the word? Whenever you have like your crowning achievement? Like your best body of work. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. We're still going though.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I did upload those to youtube.gov and they are under Evan Sports. So if anyone wants to check those out, they can zip on over. But which sport was your favorite?
My favorite sport is probably football play. Favorite sport to play is football for sure.
So that raises another question because you play baseball currently.
Yeah, I didn't really get the football genes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
To make it far, but
yeah.
More of a baseball build, so I went baseball.
So let's skip ahead. So you graduated in 2020 from high school. That was not the best year to graduate due to COVID, if anyone forgot.
There was positives and negatives. Got to finish online. So
that's true.
Pretty easy.
What was your overall experience with that? Did you feel like you missed out on anything?
Yeah, I missed out on my senior baseball season, which we were all excited for, but
yeah,
I mean, we still got to have everything and kind of got to get closer with your close friends. But if I go back, I probably would do the same thing.
Really? You're not bummed about missing prom or anything?
No.
It's okay. I didn't go to senior prom either, so.
I wasn't a big prom guy. I
mean, I had a choice at least, but that's fine. So fast forward from there, you had kind of a jumbled college journey as far as sticking in one place. Do you want to give us the lowdown on that?
I would just say if you're considering college sports, it's going to be a very...
Tumultuous?
Yeah, hard. lives.
Yeah. So you started
it's
off
not necessarily a fun time with coaches and schools, but.
Do you feel like you were prepared going into it?
No.
What would you tell yourself if you could go back to senior year? Just about
college.
Mm-hmm.
Very little of what you're told is true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I went to online college and I still feel like that was true about like what people give you as advice for the world and what actually comes to fruition and the things that you need to know versus what you learn just by living. So I can't obviously apply it to sports or to baseball specifically, but I feel like there's a lot of things that people tell you to either scare you or to give you false comfort, and then neither of those are true, which can be good or bad. So
yeah, I would just say not very many people care about you, truly.
Yeah. At least you have your good old sister.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that most of our listeners are female and don't really care about baseball, unfortunately, but tell me a little bit about what position you play and where you are now.
I play middle infield and I'm at Charleston Southern University in South Carolina. So
AKA the OBX.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little Outer Banks out there, but it's nice. Super pretty.
I'd say so. I got to visit for a couple days and it was fantastic, and I can actually see myself living there or coming to visit multiple times in the future. So, okay. So let's dive a little bit deeper into everything we talked about now that everyone has the groundwork for who you are as a human being.
They understand me.
They get you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any childhood memories that stand out?
A couple. Am I supposed to answer with you or just whatever mine?
Just no, whatever. If I'm not in them, that's hurtful, but fine.
Childhood memories. Wow. Try to go non-sports here.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
There's not much.
Okay, let me give you one. Do you remember how we had matching footy pajamas?
I remember we used to collab on Christmas Eve every year.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so we had Christmas Eve, a tradition where we'd go to our grandma's house with all of our cousins, all two of them, and we would have a massive party with all 12 of our family members. And then afterwards, we'd go home. And we used to think it was our idea, but I think come to find out it was not our idea after all. It was our parents' idea to keep us shut up in one room so they could go do Santa things. And I won't reveal what those Santa things were, just in case any of our listeners are really not in tune to that, but they would go put presents under the tree. And Evan and I would have a little sleepover. We'd make this pallet on the floor of our childhood bedrooms. And we thought that this was like us getting away with the ultimate, like, one over on our parents. Growing up, I'm like, oh, that's probably much more convenient for them anyways.
Yeah.
And then every single year, as the first beam of sunlight would just peek over the horizon at about 4:55 in the morning, Evan would wake up and then we'd all go get our parents. All being both of us. Yeah.
That was a good memory.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Throwing it back to the footy pajamas. We had those like hot fleece pajamas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember those.
The zip up ones.
Mm-hmm.
That we would use as like suits to slide down the stairs.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm. Get rug burn
the stairs were sweet.
On your entire body.
Throw a mattress. Garrett Jarvis threw a mattress down and went through a wall.
That would be the neighbor kid. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Garrett.
Garrett, if you're watching, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, his head went through our wall. And didn't your head go through the neighbor's wall?
No, I think it was Garrett went through his own wall.
Oh, okay. It was not our wall.
No, yeah, it wasn't our wall.
It's all kind of blurry. Okay, so that's basically all of our childhood was going down the stairs and...
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else we did. Nothing too crazy.
I have a question. Why did we switch seats in the back seat?
Why did we?
We had like the same arrangement for 20 years, and all of a sudden I ride to church with you guys, and you switch my seat.
Yeah, I don't really know. It just kind of felt natural, probably because the left side, the car door is closed, so I can't always open up fully, and I've grown a little bit. So.
Due to being a large person?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got switched to the other side. That makes sense.
More accessible.
Makes sense. Okay. So, let's talk about our parents.
Shout out Mom, I know she's going to watch.
Dad won't watch. Dad doesn't even know I have a podcast.
Watch.
So, a couple days ago, and by a couple days I mean in June, my dad called and he said that he was cracking up. He went to a coffee shop that all of us know the barista for, and the barista had asked him how old his kids were, and he said, oh, my daughter, she's 21. I'm now 25. And she's like, oh, well, how old is your son? Evan, who's 3.5 years younger than me. And he was like, he's 21. And the barista says, oh, you have twins? He said, no. And he called, still not even knowing how old I was, to inform me of that.
He thought it was funny, though.
He thought it was very funny. He has had 24 years to learn my age and doesn't know.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Tommy Brumley, he knows all of our birthdays.
Does he really?
Mm-hmm.
That would be our dad's best friend.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Well, he
I
grew
don't
up
know
kind of.
how. I don't even know ours.
I know yours.
I know yours.
Because I
But
book,
he knows mom, dad, me, and
because I
you.
book all your plane tickets. That's how I know your birthday. And your
True.
social.
Okay.
That's
Well,
fine.
I didn't still want you.
Yep. Okay, so let's do a couple milestones and achievements. Do you want to brag on yourself or anything?
Not really,
I
but
want
I
to brag on
will.
you.
Um,
Tell the people about what you just found out from this most recent semester.
I am gonna be an academic All-American. So
What does that
it's
mean?
cool. It's a 4.0.
Mm-hmm. And the
That's
dean's
cool.
list.
And it was my dean's list, which is
Nerd.
yep.
Just kidding.
Everybody thinks Hannah's the smartest, but I'm making run for the money.
Yep. It's just because I'm so outwardly nerdy about everything. Everyone assumes I must be the smartest because that has to be a redeeming quality. You're actually better than me at math, so.
No, I would say I'm a very good student.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to excel in the classroom.
Do you feel like you're misjudged because you're an athlete?
Yes.
By teachers or by your peers?
Everyone.
Okay.
The typical people think athletes are stupid, which I mean most of them are.
Yeah.
But
You get the blonde
every
thing.
once in a while, you get somebody that's kind of smart.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, it runs in the genes. I would say we don't get that from dad probably, but
yeah, so
okay.
got that.
What are your goals and expectations for yourself now versus when you first went into college?
I mean, I guess now I can set realistic goals that I think are gonna help me this year and forward my life.
That's tough. It's almost hard whenever you get older and you have to like break that facade from being like the world is for the taking and you can do anything you want to, and in a way you can't do anything you want to, but you also have to realize your expectations and manage those a little bit. It's kind of like sobering as you get older because you want to believe that you could just do everything and, shoot for the stars, which you can, but there comes a point when you realize bills still have to get paid and you still have to have a contingency. So, is that difficult?
I would say it was difficult at the beginning, but now it's kind of second nature.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, all my goals right now are performance and sports related, but there's still other goals outside of that. But I would say my main focus right now is this coming season.
The task at hand, kind of.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What are your goals for the season?
I like to be all conference. I have stat goals I like to hit, but I'm sure none of the audience really cares about those.
That's true.
So I'm just gonna skip those.
Yeah, we don't know what an ERA is over here, which you're not even a pitcher, so it doesn't really matter. So
yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of goals there, but I'm still trying to grow my knowledge of the outside world as well.
Is that weird that you're in the stage where half your friends and like classmates from high school have gone on to have like kids and be married and have careers, and there's some that are still in your stage where you're playing college sports? Is there like a weird disarray there?
I would say it depends on the person. I mean, I still have friends that I'm in touch with that have gotten married and stuff, but sometimes you just gotta outgrow people, which sucks. But I mean, it's weird sometimes people are married and have houses and stuff, and I'm still doing the college sports, but I mean, it's cool though, have different perspectives and doing different things.
I feel like it was hard for me at first because my path was a little bit non-traditional. I finished high school and then got an apartment and I was working full-time, and then I went to school online. So I didn't really have much of the college experience. And I saw all my friends like go off to school. Some stayed at Missouri State, some went to sororities and did like the whole thing. And I had a lot of resentment. I thought they were having like the time of their lives, and it looked, of course, on Instagram like everything is just super fun and easy, and I was just going and slumming at the bank every day. So I knew I had certain goals as to what I wanted to accomplish, and I wanted to make sure that I had like as little debt as possible and had like a chance to start my career early. And I think at that point I just wanted to be self-sufficient. So it was worth it in the end, and I don't really think you should ever have regrets because there's no reason you can't change it. And I still remember how like isolating it is whenever you feel like you're the only person in your position. So I wonder if you feel that way being also super far away from home.
I mean, I have a good core group and they play baseball, people I train with, so I mean, that kind of helps having my people and we all have the same interests, but I don't think I get homesick, but I miss my family and friends, but I'm not, I guess, worried about coming home.
What do you
I do
miss
have a hot take. I saw this the other day. Do you think Instagram is a dating app?
I mean, I met my husband on Instagram, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. I met him right in my DMs. You don't have to seek for a husband; they'll find you. Just check your message request folder.
What do you say?
He said, "Hey, how's it going?"
That doesn't work nowadays.
Does it not?
I don't know.
Maybe you just don't have enough game.
I don't even
Pull it
try.
off. Well, here's what happened.
Gamer.
Here's what happened. I we'll get into that. Okay, you're jumping ahead on topics, and I'm not here for it. So
I didn't see the blueprint.
What's going to happen is that I'm going to forget what I was talking about before. So stick a pin in that. But with Austin, he had messaged me. I didn't see it because I was on my social media break back before I did social media for a living. So I didn't see it for like 3.5 weeks. And I used to have a crush on him back in high school because he was a senior whenever I was a freshman. And you can attest to this, but we always followed Nick's sports as like a household. So we both knew who Austin was, right?
Right.
As did our father. And we'd been to games. Most of the time I was like reluctantly dragged along because I was not old enough to stay by myself. And when he messaged me, the first thing I did was screenshot it and send it to my dad. And I was like, Dad, check this out. And he was like, nice. And
nice with a Bitmoji.
With a Bitmoji for sure. That is absolutely the perfect representation of himself. Mm-hmm. So, long story short, we got married. But what were we talking about before that?
Instagram dating app and
before your hot take. I don't know. Well, we'll come back to that. But we were talking about you're like where you're at in college.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel? You made me lose my whole train of thought. It's fine. Why don't you DM girls?
Why don't I?
Yeah.
It just seems corny.
Well, yeah, it is corny. But how else are you gonna meet them?
I don't know. That's the problem.
So you're single.
Correct.
Yes, and we're all ready if you'd have girlfriends. Being mom,
I would say I'm ready, but I'm not ready.
Why? Like the stage of life you're in?
Yeah, it's kind of tough because I live 18 hours away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't really want to start something and then go, but I'm ready to have my person, but I don't want to start it if I can't invest in them.
That's very noble of you to say. It's difficult. True, I mean, I feel like it's valid because you've been in 3 different cities over the past 4 years, so it's difficult, and you haven't really lived in them. You've like lived in them for 9 months of the year, and then you come back to Missouri. Right. So
I don't know. I mean, I'm ready for sure, but I would say my problem is I can't really trust anybody. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Do you feel like you have some past issues that have contributed to that?
I don't know if they've occurred in the past, just naturally. Yeah. It's just me.
Well, it's difficult to open up. I feel like, especially as, I mean, I can't speak to it. But
stereotype.
I was just gonna say, as a guy, it's probably harder because, like, girl friendships, you just talk more and like are more open about your feelings. But I don't know if you and your friends are over there just spilling your hearts.
No, not really. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm getting old, so
your clock's ticking.
Not really, but
yeah, that's fine. It has to have some kind of pressure. You're not going to act on it. So, if you had to describe like what you're looking for in a girl, is there like a perfect avatar of a person, or are you just like open?
I would not say there's like a perfect make or model, but I mean I would say
like not a 2007 Acura TL.
That is what I drive for everybody out there, all black.
Yeah.
No, I would say just somebody that. The biggest thing is somebody that's going to push me. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of hard because I am so, like, strict on what I do. Mm-hmm. They have to be, like, the same thing. But I just want somebody that can push me, that can make me laugh. I'm very sarcastic, and I joke a lot. Somebody that can take that easily and kind of bounce that back off me. Mm-hmm. I don't really have, like, a appearance type, really, I would say. But athletic. You don't really have to be athletic, but...
Yeah.
Someone at least enjoy sports, I'd say.
Like, to a certain degree.
Right.
Makes sense. Do you think that you're going to be able to make the first move when the time comes, or are you just going to...
Yes.
Okay. No hesitation. Mm-hmm. All right. Is it someone that's going to
be... For everybody out there, Hannah thinks that I have never talked to a girl before, and I cannot talk to a girl.
I'm just going off of history here, and it's not always been just girls flowing in and out of the house, so I'm just...
Yeah, I'm not really a kiss and tell kind of everybody have my knowledge kind of guy.
Okay, so you have kissed a girl. That's good.
A couple.
Okay. Gives me a little confidence then. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he has no confidence in me, but...
Yeah, I have the utmost confidence in you. I just feel like you're more of a lone wolf, and I would like to see you as more of a pack animal, if possible.
See, then I do that, and then you say, you talk to 700 girls, and you're a player, and you suck, and you're awful.
Well, I'm just going to keep you humble. As a sister, that is my role. Right. I'm ready for sister-in-law. Maybe next Christmas. Give me a timeline. You meet a girl. She's fantastic. She loves Jesus. All of these things. What's your timeline?
For what?
Marriage.
Wow. I would say...
Because
it kind of depends, though. It depends. There's a lot of different things I can go into.
Well, I feel like when you're younger, like, come out of high school, you have to date for, like, several years before you can get to marriage. But I feel like the older you get, the shorter that timeline can be. And you're not, like, knocking on death's door or anything, but you're not fresh out of high school.
Right. I mean, it's tough. Say I meet somebody, it goes well.
Mm-hmm.
By the time of getting married, I would say I would get engaged after 18 to 24 months.
Okay, wow, that is quite some time.
From the first day I met him? That's not that much.
That's almost as long as it took you to answer.
Okay.
No, that's good. I feel like that's a safe answer.
I mean, it could be quicker, I guess, if I just know. And it's just... See, but then you gotta realize that the first, 6 months are gonna be good anyways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotta get through the honeymoon stage. I think it's a good timeline. Austin and I got engaged, I think, at a year and a half. And then, no, we got engaged at almost right at 2 years.
How long was it before you started dating, though?
What do you mean, like from when we met?
Yeah.
We don't have like a start date when we started dating. We just started hanging out and then just never stopped. So
see, then if I said that, you'd be like, oh, you gotta ask her out. Oh, you gotta...
Because I'm trying to set high standards for you and do as I say, not as I have done. But we met.
You're going pretty well right now, though.
Yeah, so far we're going strong. But that's the thing. We met and I was kind of like talking to a few other guys at the same time, like casually dating.
Wow.
He knows this. Wow. Yeah. And there were like a few, like we started dating the week or hanging out the week for Valentine's Day. And I didn't.
Where was the first date?
Well, first date was kind of hung out. Like it wasn't really like a date. But then the first date was
where was it?
At my apartment. We just hung out, watched a movie.
Okay. All right.
And then the next date was an official one. We went to Zio's.
What movie?
The Ted Bundy tapes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta show him I know what he's up to. He's gonna come to my house as a strange man.
That is a good play for Austin. Go to your house.
I mean,
he can leave whatever he wants.
I'm not gonna go to his house and then risk being murdered. He's gonna come to my house where I have all the weapons stashed.
That's just not...
I had zero weapons.
Works, yeah.
No, I lived alone, so it was not
so
really...
I'm more of a go at the beginning, so I can leave.
You have an escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, our first date wasn't super romantic. Our second date was, but I feel like this was a sign.
I think it was very romantic.
Yeah, because it was like Valentine's Day week, and he asked me out the second week in a row, and I'm like, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but if he's gonna ask me out Valentine's Day week... Did
he get your Snapchat?
I don't Snapchat. I'm a grown-up. Actually,
this was how many years ago?
At that point, I was 20.
Exactly.
I think he did, but he didn't ask for it right away. Like, we just kind of texted for a while. But
DMs?
No, he DM'd, and then I gave my number, and then he asked me out, like, via my phone number. And then we just communicated through that, like, through standard text. And then
standard text.
Not even...
SMS?
Yeah, not even iMessage, because he's got an Android, and he still has one to this day.
Yeah.
But...
You gonna fix that ever?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say no.
I think it's actually good. He kind of stays away from you a little bit. Yeah.
Can't track him. He kind of stays off the grid. It's probably safer for me.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I've been so conditioned to like him having an Android that I feel like green text.
You do like Android kind of guys.
I've only ever dated guys with Androids. I don't know why. Weird. So for me, whenever I think Android, I just think like that's the person that you're dating. I don't know why. Because I've only ever had green text from like serious relationships.
No, that's weird.
It's like a weird thing to have continue. But either way. So, being that it was Valentine's Day week, I had a couple dates lined up, and I ended up texting not that many.
Subtle flex.
Not that many.
Subtle flex.
Couple.
Whatever.
A couple.
Yeah.
And
see if a guy has a couple.
You gotta keep your options open. Well, it was one of the, like, it was just dates. It wasn't like I had really, one of them I hadn't even hung out with before, but we were supposed to go out, and then I ended up texting all of them like before my date with Austin, and was like, I'm sorry, I'm just not like ready for a relationship right now. And then Austin just never stopped dating, so just had a feeling it was going to go well.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it did. In case you're wondering.
There you go.
I don't know where that leaves us in the topic, but...
You're probably going to grill me about something about me now.
Yeah, probably with you. No, that's fine. So, we've talked about your love life. We've talked about what you're looking for in a girl.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying being single?
Yeah.
Are you like in that place where it's more like...
I'm not enjoying being kind of how you take that, but I'm focused on myself right now, so I'm not worried. That's why you think it's so bad. I'm like not hanging out with anybody, but
I don't think it's so bad.
You ask me every day if I'm gonna hang out with somebody.
I'm sorry, I'm excited for your future and prosperity.
No, I am too, but I don't want to rush it, and I don't think it's worth rushing it.
Well, the thing is, I feel like it's one of those where if you're happy by yourself, then it's easier to get into a relationship, because if you're unhappy, then you're just looking to fill a void and you're more likely just to rush into it. So if you're happy and like you enjoy your own company and you enjoy doing what you're doing right now, then your relationship should be more seamless, because you can just fill someone into your life versus having this like gaping chasm of sadness and emptiness that you want someone else to come in and fix, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a lot easier for me because I enjoy being by myself. And I would rather be by myself at night. No, I don't need to hang out with somebody. I'm already with people enough during the day, and I get all my social, get it all out.
Yep, makes sense.
I think that's why it's pretty easy for me to not have somebody, because I'd rather just do my own thing in the morning, have my own routine, and night as well.
And not to text somebody what you're doing.
That's my problem. I'm not a good texter.
Yeah. I do feel like...
It work, and everybody gets mad at me for it.
You can text me back, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like my... True. I feel like my concerns with you, if I were to lay them out...
Yeah, hit me with them.
I feel like you won't want to open up emotionally. Do you think you're able to do that?
I can, but I'm not going to do it like...
No, not right away.
Out of nowhere.
But like, to get to know someone, you have to like listen to their thoughts and concerns. And I feel like you have gotten better, because for a while, I think you were more of like, just grind it out kind of person with things emotionally, and also with sports. You were more just like, it's fine, just tough it out. And then I feel like as you've gotten older and probably more emotionally mature, your frontal cortex is developing, then you have been more able to be like, to acknowledge the struggles are real, they're going to happen, and they're valid, and it's not weak to have them or to need to talk about them.
Nothing. No, I mean, I just don't like talking about myself ever. So that's why, I can express what I'm feeling.
That's where we differ.
I just don't. I would rather help somebody else than talk about my own thing.
What do you feel like that's your role in the friend group that you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's different because it's a guy friend group versus a girl friend group, but I feel like I can help everybody pretty easily.
Well, in a girlfriend group, everyone's kind of the advisor.
Nobody really can help me because they don't really know how to help.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's my first concern.
I can open up. Fine. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I can open up with the right people.
Makes sense. Who do you feel like you're closest to?
Out of everybody?
On the planet.
You.
Aw. I'll cry right now.
Yeah, don't cry.
But that is like a recent development, though.
It's over the past, what? My freshman year-ish in college.
Well, I feel like
after my freshman year.
We didn't get close until probably after I moved out, and then we
got closer, but not like deep close. We started talking more.
Yeah, probably until close to your graduation, I would say.
Yeah, it's probably after quarantine, I'd say.
But I think a lot of that was also because, which you might disagree, but I feel like we had like butted heads for a while, because
It's just the opposite.
I'm just hard on you because I want you to like to grow, and sometimes you're like, you're gonna disagree with this. I feel like a lot of people don't give you that same like directness, because
no, I agree.
Because you are
really people are direct with me besides coaches, I guess.
True, but not with your personality. Like, you've always had a great personality, and you're very like charming and funny. So I think that a lot of people are just like, oh, Evann's like, he's the best. And then sometimes people don't want to call you out on your bullshit.
No, I agree. I wish people would, but for the most part, I don't need to, though.
You haven't
for a while. I really
don't
do anything stupid.
But I'm saying, like, you don't. But for a while, then I think that it was more of like, I'm trying to like say this in a respectful way, because you really don't have that many problems. But for a while, whenever you'd be like a little punk, then no one would really say anything to you. And I feel like that's where
for the audience, I'm not a punk.
When you were in the past, though,
I wasn't that much of a punk.
No, you just had like an attitude, just a little bit of an attitude.
Says you. You have an attitude too.
I'm respectful as can be.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying, when you had some of your teenage / late adolescent attitude problems.
Understand.
Okay.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
So then that was maybe the catalyst, because that was like started direct conversations, because then I had to be honest and be like, hey, you hurt my feelings. And you'd be like, why did I hurt your feelings? I didn't say anything wrong. And I'd say, yeah, this is what hurt my feelings.
Okay. It wasn't what I said what was necessarily wrong. It was the way you took it. I said it.
Are you gaslighting me right now?
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've said things that are better suited for my friendships and sports, just whatever.
Yeah.
I said it, and we both had two different meanings to what was said.
Yes.
And then you would say, this is what I thought, and I was like, okay, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry.
But then it
I'm saying,
laid the groundwork.
Yes, but you can't say I was a punk. I
chose my words so carefully. So carefully.
You did.
So when you were a little bit less in tune to how things might be perceived, then I helped you to see that. And then
with
from
you,
there,
it is hard because you perceive things very detailed and way overanalyze things sometimes.
I wouldn't say overanalyze things.
I would 100%.
I would say everyone else maybe underanalyzes interactions. Okay. So anyways, from there, we started having more conversations.
We got closer, yes.
Yeah. And then also, it's just easier whenever you have like a shared life experience, even though I have known you for longer than you've known me. So I've known you for your entire life. And
yeah, I haven't really like known you that long, actually.
I haven't been there from day one.
So. I've known you probably after you graduated high school.
Yeah. I was just a side character in your life for a while. Just someone else in the house.
So you weren't in the house, though.
Yeah, it's true.
You wouldn't let me hang out with you. So don't act like I was the main character, which I was, though. But I would try to go downstairs when you lived downstairs, and you would say, "Get out."
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember, this came back into my head. I remember when I got grounded because I called you the worm too many times?
No.
Do you remember that? Well, there was a time whenever we were growing up that I think you were too young.
No, this is what I remember. You're upstairs in the old house. You were in the front bedroom. You would make me go do stuff for you. So I'll pay you $5. And you would go $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. I got pissed. I told Mom, Mom, you can't keep doing that.
Yeah. Well, you should
still owe me like $500.
You should have fallen for it.
I was 6.
You got to read your contracts before you sign them.
That was unbelievable.
To this day. No.
That was unbelievable. And then I would go downstairs. You'd be binge watching one of your shows for like 8 weeks straight.
Yep. Nothing's changed.
You wouldn't let me.
No.
You wouldn't let me sit on the couch and watch. One Tree Hill, Friends. That's really it.
I don't know what it was. There's something about your presence that really just ground my gears for a while.
I didn't do anything. I would sit there.
It was just your presence. Just having you in the same room. I don't know what it was. I'm going to be honest. It was just you existing in the same room did not bode well with me and my happiness. Now that's different. Now I really like being around you. So we've made progress.
Progress, man. You're growing up.
I've grown. Nice. Yeah, I've grown up. Things are fantastic.
Yep.
Anyways, what would you say is your worst quality?
Oh, brother. I would say.
Let me know if you need some help with that one.
No, I want to know what you say after, but I would say my worst quality. It's like a best and worst at the same time. One of those. I would say how like laser focused I get. Like if I'm in my mind of something, that's the only thing I'm gonna think about, and the only thing I agree. It sounds that I would care about, I guess. If I'm going for something that's my goal, nothing really is gonna stop me.
I feel like that's 1,000% true. And when it's good, it can mean like you're super motivated and you're very hardworking and very determined. But then when it's bad, you can be kind of short-sighted because that's the only thing that you see.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You get tunnel vision. But it's a good thing too.
No, I mean it's good, bad, but I just gotta figure out. I have my mind on the right things, and I'll be good.
But part of that is also, like you said earlier, learning more about the real world, like what's beyond college and baseball and everything. But to be fair, that's the only world that you've known, so it's
it's tough just because everything in my life and happiness is based on how I do in sports.
Yeah. So how do you feel like that's gonna impact your identity whenever you're done?
I mean, I think it's gonna. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I've never been there, but I mean, I would say it's not gonna have a big effect on me.
Really?
Just because I'll just put that into work. I mean, I'll still be. I wouldn't say like I identify as a baseball player or an athlete. It's more of like a
competitor.
I have to compete. Yeah, just. It's my biggest stage right now, just to compete on.
Do you feel like you've always had that clarity? Because I think for a while, being someone in your life, we always thought you just loved baseball.
I mean, as time gone on, obviously I've gotten older.
You didn't separate the two,
for 4 years. I don't just love the game of baseball. It's just being out there and working, like having the ability to set such straightforward goals. I guess that's one of the best
tangible, measurable goals.
Yeah. And I can train for it. I can put everything into it.
Like see it pay off.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we've talked about that before, not recording, but obviously there's ways to do that in life too. It's just sometimes not as quantifiable as like your batting average.
Right. No.
So
I think it'll be different for a while, but I don't think it'll be like dramatic change in my life.
Do you think that you're going to be able to find other things that fulfill you as much? I mean, obviously, I think you will, but
I mean, it'll probably be the same
like athletic
category. Yeah, it'll probably be like weights or something like that.
It's just difficult, I guess, for me to understand because I haven't had one thing that I've loved for that long. Like, I've had similar things. Like, I've always loved being creative, which is manifested in different ways. And I've always loved, like, reading or making video, like, just different little hobbies. But I've never had one thing that was so intensely focused with my time, energy, and money that has lasted that long. Like, the duration of your baseball career has been, what, since you're, like, 6 years old?
Yeah.
So
that's why it's so tough mentally. It's gonna sound bad, but like if you haven't played sports in college, you don't really get it.
No, it makes
But
sense.
if you put everything, your whole entire life into something, and then you've trained the right way, and you still fail, it's like
What do you mean by fail?
I mean, you have a bad game. I used to not talk after bad games.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I've really put everything in my entire life into it.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed so much, so it's like, wow, did I waste time? But I mean, you get over it.
I think that there's a lot.
That's why it's just so up and down all the time.
Yeah, and there's
especially in season.
Lots to unpack there. For one, because baseball is a sport with the highest rate of failure. You know, like succeeding 3 times out of 10 is still considered fantastic in baseball. But I feel like the harder thing is to redefine like what makes it worth it. Like, you don't waste your time if X, Y, and Z.
Right. No, I mean, if I could go back, I would still do the same thing. Just every year, I've made such like a good friend. Which is, it's weird because you make such good friends every year with the team, and then everybody goes different ways, and it's like you don't talk to them at all, but you're still good friends with them. Yeah,
that is crazy. I mean, it seems with Austin, none of his close friends, well, some of his close friends, but most of his best friends live in different states. Like, they're just scattered across the country because you meet them in like that particular circumstance, and then that circumstance ends.
Right.
So, but your groomsmen party is going to be massive whenever you decide to get married in 18 to 24 to 36 months.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, what are your best traits?
You didn't tell me my worst trait.
I did. I agreed with you.
That's it? It's the only bad trait you think I have?
I mean, you have like quirks more, but like I don't want to say like a bad trait. So you have quirks like you're always watching videos when I'm trying to talk to you. I'll be trying to talk to you and I just hear you on TikTok, and then you always have it on like loud volume.
I wouldn't say it's always TikTok. There is music always playing, yes.
Yes. Even on like the drive over here, I'm just chatting away, scrolling through videos. I'm like, I would love to have your undivided attention.
You're driving. You can't really focus on 8 different things when you're driving.
You underestimate me.
Not with driving.
Okay.
My best trait? I don't really know. I would say not very many people work harder than me.
You do work very hard.
I mean, it's a good trait to have. Right now it's for baseball, but I feel like in the future it's going to be for my family, which is good.
Yeah, as long as you can translate, and I think you can. I feel like before you didn't, maybe I'm wrong, but you can unpack it. I feel like you didn't see other things as worthwhile as sports or baseball. But then as you've gotten older, I feel like you can see the value in working hard at whatever you're doing. But maybe that is just maturity.
Yeah, I would say it's just growing up, you get a feel for how things work. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like I can. That's like the same thing. Putting my mind to something. If I want it, it'll probably happen.
Well, one thing that you do that's very sweet is that you always get flowers for Mom and I, which is very nice.
I know.
I don't know where you're getting cash to this day.
I don't. I need a girlfriend.
You do. You need an outlet for all this. So just so everyone knows, let's just give a couple quick stats. Very punctual. You're always on time. You were on time today.
I am on time today. I beat Hannah.
Yeah, I told him to be at the meeting place at 8:06. He was there. I was not. He does buy flowers frequently. Very nice.
I do.
Yep, with your, again, mysterious, ambiguous source of cash. I don't really know where you're getting it, but that's fine.
I save a 20 in the car all the time just in case for flowers.
Where do you get the 20 is my question.
Next question.
Okay. You're always down for a coffee. If anyone says, if I text you and say, hey, let's go get coffee, you said, okay, that's good. Bad thing, your workout schedule's a little hard to work around.
See, but right now I am not, talking to anybody seriously. So why would I have extra free time? If I'm not talking to anybody and I don't have anything to do, why would I not work out?
When I text you and I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? And you're like, well, I have to hit, then I have to lift, then I have to eat, then I have to stretch, then I have to jog, then I have to do this. That's a little challenging. But
when you're always on your phone making content, that is your job and your life. My entire life and job and money I'm getting paid for school is based on this.
I'm saying I can take a little pause if I wanted to.
I would say I have time at night. I have free time at night.
True.
I'm very good on schedules and routines.
True. Do you feel like you would thrive with a girlfriend that's more like, here's what we're doing? Because I feel like you would.
I feel like it'd be better, yeah.
You need someone that's not just gonna be like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I feel like I can see someone who's like, hey, tomorrow, pick me up at 9. We're getting coffee. Then we're doing this. Then you're going to work out. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Like a combination.
I need somebody that's very confident and bold.
Yeah.
That's what we need. I can't do the
like shy.
I don't do the fishing for compliments. I can't do it. I'll give you compliments. Don't worry. But if you're fishing for them, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So
you like reel it back in.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I feel like you need like a combination between like a girlfriend and then a camp counselor that gives you like an itinerary every day for what you're doing.
To some extent, yes.
Yeah. Because you're so used to baseball and like regiment. So
my routine's on lock.
It is. You do a good job. And you also do enjoy thrifting, which is fun. So
thrifting's good.
Okay. So I have a couple more questions and then we're gonna go rapid fire.
Okay.
What are my best and worst traits? That is me fishing for a compliment, by the way.
I would say your best trait is probably how like big and wholehearted you are. I would say you just care about everything. I would say your worst trait probably is talking too much.
Well, here we are on a podcast that I have.
No, I mean, I would say it's a bad trait, but I'm not.
It can be a little much.
I don't talk as much for as long as you.
That is true. That is true. Did you know there was a time whenever we were growing up?
You enjoy people asking you about everything. I don't enjoy questions.
Yeah. Well, I want to like talk about myself as much as I want to hear other people talk about themselves too.
I don't want to talk about myself at all. That's why I get the everybody gets the one answer responses that everybody just keeps asking questions for. Maybe, if I say good, just leave it there, you know?
I never leave it there.
I know.
That's fine. I'm your sister. But there was a time when we were growing up that I was trying to tell Mom a story about a dream that I had, and she told me I was being too long-winded, and she said, if you really want to tell a story, go videotape yourself. And she gave me
I remember that.
She gave me the camcorder, and I went in the bedroom, and I recorded the whole thing, and it was like 48 minutes.
See, but that's just too much for a dream, 48 minutes.
It was in depth.
But who is wanting your dream, though, besides you? You just
no one!
Exactly.
You don't understand what it's like to be in my head. There's just so much that has to come out. That's why I literally journal, podcast, draw, create videos, everything. And then I have to go in and jog to even, like, let out even more.
See, how you let out doing all that? I let out by listening to music.
I like that as well.
That. No, not the same.
It's the same.
No, it's not. It's the same.
Okay, but I have to get things out. I can't just like let it simmer in my brain.
I get things out too listening to music.
But there's,
I'm thinking about it, listen to music, it's gone. I don't have to.
So what is listening to Drake doing for your psyche and your emotional state?
Everything. Depends on what I need. Drake will do it.
I don't know. That's my hot take is I think Drake is overrated.
That's absolutely terrible.
I know. I know it's a hot take, but...
How's he overrated?
I just feel like a lot of his songs sound the same. I don't know.
You probably listen to 10 songs of his. If I played 15 songs from Drake, you would know every single one of them.
I'm not saying I would know them. Exactly. I just don't like.
That's why he's the best.
Them.
He's the best, and numbers don't lie.
He's great. I'm saying like he's great, very famous.
How's he overrated?
For my personal taste,
I'm not saying you have to like him.
Yeah.
But numbers wise, you can't say he's not the best.
I don't personally understand the hype. Personally,
you can say that.
I respect him as an artist. I think he's great. Loved his work on Degrassi.
He's the best.
Yeah, he was.
Numbers don't lie.
That's fine.
He's been what other person has
Taylor Swift.
That's not really the same game though. Like the rap feels a lot different than pop feels.
You're right. I don't understand the rap game like you do.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's where it falls down to.
Taylor and Travis, are they real or fake?
I think it started fake. It's not fake, but started
PR?
A little bit PR, yeah. And then it's just like, all right, maybe they're actually cool, and like, let's see where it goes. I think it's in the see where it goes stage right now.
Are you a Swiftie?
No.
Could you see yourself being a Swiftie?
What's a Swiftie?
A fan?
I would listen to a couple of her songs, but I'm not going to say, hey, like,
okay,
I'm a Swift mood today.
You've got a couple songs to your playlist.
So I'm saying I listen to it.
What are your top Taylor Swift songs? Okay. What traits do we have in common?
Traits we have in common? Ambiguous?
No. That's just mysterious and like questionable.
I would say we're both there.
Confusing.
I would say we're both confusing.
Okay, intense. We both have intense personalities.
I would say yeah. Yeah, yours is a little bit. I would say different kinds of intense.
Yeah.
But it's intense.
Mine's a little bit more off color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Both enjoy the academic pursuit of further knowledge.
Yeah. I would say you're more of a I would say you're smarter, but I would say my competitive edge makes me smart. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I wasn't competitive, probably wouldn't try it at all at school.
Yeah.
So then I wouldn't really care.
Like, you work harder because you want to be better than
if I'm gonna do something,
whoever.
I'm gonna be the best at it.
Which is good. It's good to apply yourself. See,
I
have a weird trait, and maybe you have the same one because you haven't had like the chance to try as many things. But I won't try it if I'm not good at it immediately. Do you feel you have that? Like, if I start to pick up something and I'm just like not natural at it, I just won't continue.
No, I'll probably work about 8 times harder and get really mad until I'm good at it.
No, I don't. Like, I tried to play piano, was horrible. Didn't apply
I'll probably
myself.
get really angry until I'm good at it.
Mm-hmm. But if I have like a natural inclination to something, like, not that I'm good right off the bat, but if it comes more easily to me, then I'll do it. If not, no, I don't like any friction.
All right, I got a question now.
Okay.
It's my time. So recently, you've kind of gotten more. Not recently. I would say back into the. I don't even know. Fitness industry. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You got lifted quite a bit last year, and now you're more into the running.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty.
How much does it put on your brain to see progress, and I guess positive and negative progress?
That is a multifaceted question, because for a while fitness was like a means to like an aesthetic result. Like, I wanted to work out to look a certain way, and then I put a lot more pressure on it because I wanted to work out to be thin, or I wanted to work out like just for how my body would look. But then I don't know really when it changed. Honestly, as silly as it sounds, then through dating Austin and having
That's what I figured it would be.
Yeah, like a more unconditional, like, he's gonna love me regardless of what I look like, for the most part, then that has given me more freedom to like heal my relationship with food and unpack all of that, and my relationship with fitness, because I've gone like this with my journey. We're all like, in college I was not very healthy, and I was just like discovered drinking and wasn't taking care of myself. Right, and I just was not in a healthy place. And then I overcorrected that, and then I was in a crazy healthy place and like lost too much weight and was super super thin. And then you just kind of go like this, and you gain weight, which is healthy, but then you spiral because you're getting weight. So I don't know if it's just a girl thing or more intense as a girl, but now I feel like I'm in a really good place with fitness to where it genuinely is just fun. And when I'm healthy, like not sick and all that stuff, then I just want to work out. So my thing is more like disciplining myself to not want to go, especially now with running. You're not supposed to run like more than 4 times a week if you're running longer. So I want to run every single day. And if I don't, like this past week, I just haven't felt like I have the energy, and I haven't run at all, but I don't put pressure on myself for that. So I don't know. It's like, even whenever I was lifting, I was big into like running bleachers and then lifting over the summer, but it's because I crave it. So like, I would be working in my office and then just get this like itch to go run or go.
Like a certain song came on, you're like,
yeah. I'm so easily swayed by like a hype song or like a scene in a movie, and like, I have to go work out right now. But it's so healthy with me now because it's not a result. But I also do get really proud of myself. Like, whenever I hit a milestone for running, like the first time I ran 5 miles without stopping, which I haven't done since like high school, it's like next level, just excitement.
Good. My next big workout is gonna be this summer. Run a mile at the top of every hour for 24 hours.
I'll do it with you.
You have to start training more. 24 miles in 24 hours. You can't sleep. You
can sleep between
for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Sleep doesn't really bother you, but it's a lot harder than it sounds.
I'll do it. I've wanted to do 75 hard, but I just have life that keeps interfering. But honestly, for a while, I was doing like everything involved in 75 hard. I just don't do it every day. Which I know is like kind of the point.
75 hard. If I could count like baseball practice, I would be doing 75 hard.
Yeah.
But if you can't count baseball practice, I can't do 2 workouts and practice.
I do want to do a half marathon.
Yeah, I can do a half marathon.
No training.
No training, I can do it. 100%.
Interesting. Okay. Do you think we look alike, you and I?
But what?
Think we look alike? In our faces?
No. I don't know. I don't really see my face.
When I
look at you, I don't think, man, that looks like me.
Well, not right now, because you don't have a cat eye and red hair. But I feel like whenever I was blonde, I looked like you, or you looked like me, because I did come to the world first. But
maybe, I don't know.
We do get that quite a bit. Do you feel like that's a compliment for you?
I feel like it's a big, big compliment for you.
See, that's where we disagree. I feel like you should be flattered by that.
I look like a girl? Is that...
When people tell me, I'm like, you think I look like my brother?
Yeah, I'll tell you it's better for you.
No.
I don't look like a girl and you look like a boy.
I don't look like a boy.
I don't look like a girl either, but I would say it's better.
All right. So maybe we'll find out from the viewers if you look more feminine or if I look more like a man.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Anyone who comments anything against me, I will be blocking from the page. Okay, I've got some rapid fires. Actually, no. If you could pick one superpower, what would it be and why? Side question. You just watched Iron Man for the first time. What'd you think?
It was good. Less like superhero-y than I thought.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
It was good.
It wasn't bad.
Will you be tuning in for the second one?
You will make me watch the second one before I go back to school.
Yep.
What's super? Read minds, probably.
Nothing like physical?
I mean, yeah, but then it doesn't really play in the real world, you know? Think about it from that perspective.
Yeah, if you could fly, you could just, like, do whatever all the time.
Yeah, you could fly away from your problems.
I would.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What would you do?
Probably fly.
Wow.
Yeah. If we're going with the basic ones.
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
Okay, so what are your favorite things right now?
Favorite things ever?
Yeah, just like your favorite things.
Uh-huh.
Like podcasts you're listening to, shows you're watching.
I don't really like sit down and like get hooked on shows like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit down and watch things continuously.
So what are you watching in the background? Like, what are you listening to? Favorite songs, favorite artists?
Drake. I mean, I listen to all kinds of music. Depends. I would say I watch, what podcast do I watch? Nick Bear. You ever heard of Nick Bear?
Nope.
He does like marathon-ish training.
Checks out.
He owns a supplement company. Andy Frisella.
Yeah.
He's from here. You know that?
I did.
He opened the one in Springfield.
Interesting.
Opened the S2 in Springfield.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What are your favorite foods right now? Like, what are you eating? Chipotle?
Chipotle, yeah.
Yeah.
Chipotle is one.
Makes
you can't
sense.
beat Chipotle.
You can.
Mm-mm.
You can.
No, you can't.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of favorite things, but I feel like you're just not locked into your stuff like that. I have like a list of favorite things that I keep at my desk all the time.
So I do the same thing every single day, though. So
yeah, I do a lot of the same things. Yeah.
My favorite things.
What's your favorite lift?
Favorite lift? If I'm healthy, front squat.
Hate front squat.
Front squat's so good.
Hate front squat. Okay. If you could relive a day from our childhood or like an era, what would it be?
Childhood.
You know, I would go back and play in the cul-de-sac with our like group of neighbor kids. Again.
Yeah,
we
that was
had
probably
the
the best.
best.
I don't know what time that was though.
I don't know, just that whole era.
When we were all hanging out, that was good.
We lived in a cul-de-sac growing up, and it was myself and then another girl that was my exact age, and then Evan, and then a neighbor boy who was his exact age, and then younger sisters for him, and then the older girl so like 6 of us, exact same age. Everyone had like a little partner.
And Mark and Michael came too.
Yeah. How do you remember all these names? Like,
we were locked in.
Yeah, you're name dropping left and right on this podcast. It's fine. It's fine. But we had this like retention pond behind the neighbor's house, which we didn't really realize was there just for like city development and drainage of water.
Right.
We thought it was the best thing ever. We would play there all the time.
I think the snow days are probably the best.
The best
hill.
with the giant hill. So that was like classic childhood. And honestly, it makes me sad because then I think my kids might not have that because we had no phones. And that was like the last era probably of no devices. Like there was pre-iPads. I mean, we had the Wii.
You think it's better?
I think in ways it is. I think it preserves your childhood longer because if you have a device from, I don't know, like 5th and 6th grade, you're just more aware of the world and it makes you grow up faster versus you're more in like a secluded childhood bubble whenever you don't have it. So.
What era would you be best in growing up?
Like time-wise? I mean, I obviously love technology. My screen time is like 10 hours a day. So it's for work.
Yeah.
But I think culturally, I like the 90s a lot. Like everything I listen to and like the way I dress, I feel like I identify with the 90s probably the most. But What about you?
I'm not really educated on the 80s and 90s, but I would rather go there. Mm-hmm. I don't really want a phone.
Makes sense.
I need it.
Makes sense. On the one hand, I want to say I would love that, but on the other hand, I'm so enamored with technology and how cool it is that I also
use technology, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
The one thing that would suck is the non-access to music.
You can have a Walkman.
I mean, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I can see it. Okay, what do you miss most about home whenever you're gone? Not family, like not people, but like what do you miss about the area?
The area? Mm-hmm. Nothing. Compared to Charleston?
You don't miss like a single coffee shop? Nothing?
I don't miss a coffee shop. I miss people I go to the coffee shops with.
That's good. Okay. What do you miss most about Charleston when you're here?
Weather.
Yeah. It's been nice here, though.
Yep, nice here is like 50s. Nice here is like 65. True.
Would you say that if you get a girlfriend, like, or a girl that you're just, like, interested in, she and I are going to fly out and hang out this spring?
For the first time you guys meeting to fly out together?
No, I mean, not. I could probably meet her here, being that I live here full time.
I mean, yeah.
I will say, anyone that you date, I'm probably going to, like, overwhelm with. Probably,
but I need somebody that can handle it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I got to handle it.
Who are you most nervous about introducing a girl to in our family?
You, probably. I'm not nervous, but you're going to be the one that asks them a million questions and digs into them. Mom won't do anything. Dad won't do anything.
Mom will make them cookies. Dad will not
make them laugh a couple times.
Dad will not learn their name.
No.
And they shouldn't be upset by that.
I don't really bring people home, though.
I know. And that's why we're all starving for, like, any person
I know, but it's gotta be real. I'm not just gonna say, yeah, let's just,
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Big step.
We gotta be locked in before they come over.
Makes sense. Okay, rapid fire. Favorite movie?
How old is the guy in 10 days?
Why?
This is awesome. I don't know.
You're right.
Feels good. It's just a good movie.
Rom-com is your genre?
Yeah.
Okay. Best place you've traveled to?
Charleston.
Coffee order?
White chocolate mocha. Iced.
Favorite childhood cartoon?
Cartoon? I don't really watch cartoons like that.
We didn't watch cartoons. Okay, favorite childhood show? iCarly.
iCarly's good. Drake and Josh is good.
Classic.
Sweet Life, Zack and Cody.
Final answer, yeah. Okay, current favorite TV show? Or like one that you like could rewatch.
I don't watch TV shows, but Friends, I guess.
Okay. Your favorite singer, Drake? Yeah.
Yeah.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Okay. Early bird, night owl?
Early.
I'm gonna go with both for myself.
Okay.
I just love to be awake. Favorite book?
Atomic Habits or Can't Hurt Me.
You don't like fiction books, do you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Cheat meal.
Like, favorite dessert, cheat meal?
Just anything. If like you're not counting
cheat meal, I'd probably go breakfast for dinner.
I love breakfast for dinner. Yeah. Let's do that the night that we watch Iron Man 2.
Okay.
I'll just pitch that one to Mom.
Okay.
Okay. Dream car.
BMW M4.
What color?
Baby blue.
What kind of interior?
Black. Leather. Cool. Black rims.
Okay. Winter or summer?
Summer. Sweet
or savory?
Sweet probably.
Interesting. Favorite sports team?
And what?
Anything.
Royals, Vikings.
Cool. Harvey or Mike?
Harvey.
One word to describe your personality.
Awesome.
Bring it all the way back around. Okay. What's your Instagram handle?
Evann4.
Are you open to DMs at this time?
Yeah.
If a girl were to slide in, what should she say to you?
I don't really think it matters. I wouldn't go pickup line.
Cheesy joke?
I think just get straight to the point, you know?
Want to date? Want to get married? What's the point?
The point, hey, let's hang out some time, hey. I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
something straightforward. It's like, all right, like,
if they say,
hey, business, you know?
Pick me up at 9. Here's where we're going.
Yeah.
If I were to set up a game of The Bachelor while you're in Springfield, what would you say?
What time?
All right. Let's get your roses ready.
Mm-hmm.
Clocking in at exactly 59 minutes. Do you have any final thoughts?
No. Just give viewers a little summary of me so we can get forward in my life.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you got to come on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We will see you next week. Bye.
Evann4 and everything.